Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, as the PlayStation Bull podcast. I'm your host, Coach T, PSN Body Boys. My coach here is...
Andrew Arenas double is.
Yes. And what are we on? The PSBS episode 39?
I thought it was 38.
No, 38 was last week.
Oh, that's right. Okay, fine. 39.
39, one away from 40. Getting up in the increments.
Woo!
Yeah, getting up there in those
The
increments.
40-year-old
40.
something.
40. Well, we're not 40 weeks old because we've done more than 40 episodes and then we skip some weeks, but, whatever.
No, but we had the special ones to fill in the gap,
Yes.
like whatever spoiler cast for the Order or any other game. Can you believe, like, out of all the games this year, we did a special podcast for the Order?
Well, the Order just needed special attention.
It did need special attention. It's like the special kind of patient that you need to look at, analyze, and just make sure it's going to be okay in the future. If it has one.
If it has one, yeah. Analyze, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we might do some more later. Just see how it goes.
I'll have to see from people if the people demand a Fallout one.
Yeah.
The Fallout's kind of tricky because like people play it at different paces.
Yeah. Well, no, I would love to do one for Batman because, like I said, there's just so much I want to go over for Arkham Knight, like just what went right and wrong with that game, like in detailed spoilers.
Yeah, you could give details when we give our game of the year rundowns. I mean, if you want an entire one dedicated to Batman, I don't know, maybe.
Well, that's what we were saying. We said this a few episodes ago. Maybe we can do Game of the Year specials where it's like 30-minute episodes where we just run down a game that's a contender for Game of the Year. Like we do a little 30-minute Metal Gear Solid 5 one, we do a 30-minute Witcher one, we do a 30-minute Fallout 4 one, we do a 30-minute Batman one. Even though Batman's not going to win Game of the Year, or at least for me.
Already know.
I already know Batman won't win Game of the Year. Like I said, it's not that Batman's a bad game.
I don't think it's not setting the world on fire for people.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's just there was just too many little things holding it back for me, personally.
And the Batmobile.
The Batmobile. Well, no, the Batmobile's not bad. It wasn't just the spotlight. It stole the spotlight, and not in a good way. Where it's just like it's just there, and it's such an integral part of the game, like too much. It's like it's weird. Like I said, I like to do a podcast.
It's not the argument like, oh man, I'm doing too much driving in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
not like that.
Yeah, not like that. But like, God, puzzles, boss fights, all of it's done through the Batmobile, and it's like, it just becomes a bit bitch. But
I know. I'll see when I can beat it.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But
cool.
But yeah, that. But anyway, as for this week, I have too many news items. Do we have some viewer mail?
Yeah, we have 3 pieces.
Cool. So we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we got a couple news items this week. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, this was today actually. This announced. But yep, we got a game delay because it always happens.
Oh no! First Mirror's Edge, and now what?
Deus Ex: Mankind Divided has been delayed.
No.
No. Pretty significantly, actually. It was supposed to come out February of 2016, and it's not coming out until August of 2016 now.
Well,
it's a pretty big delay.
Like Watch Dogs.
Yeah. 6 month delay.
It's a while.
And, I mean, obviously the developer assures that it's always for the better, to delay the game. And I mean, Deus Ex is one of those games where, like, yeah, it has its audience and stuff, but, like, I don't think it's going to kill it, like, as far as hype. It's not like I said, we already talked about this in detail with Watch Dogs, about how the delay killed it because the hype was around it for so long.
Well, I mean, it sold a lot of copies still, but I mean, I didn't drive away from the fact that it heightened people's expectations more for Watch Dogs.
Yeah. So with Deus Ex is a little bit different. I mean, there's the fan base for it, but they're willing to wait, for it to be better, even if it takes 6 more months.
And just, I don't know, so much for that. Well, I mean, they were trying to build the hype with all this pre-order incentives, and then they canceled out of it, and then I guess, just leading to the delay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 6 months. I mean, that's kind of a clear sign. Maybe the game just isn't
ready
up to par really at all. And
yeah, and
really
I mean,
gameplay, right?
I think it's been gameplay so far, but the thing is too, like,
Nothing extensive though.
I think too extensive. But I mean, the other thing too, with it was in a big. It was kind of a crowded month. I mean, February has a lot of stuff. I mean, February. Well, February had Mirror's Edge, but that got delayed, and but like February, it's right before Uncharted 4, and so it was kind of in a tight spot, and we don't know what August is looking like because that's so far away. We don't know what other games are coming out August 2016. So we'll just see, ultimately if that's for the better. Which it probably
Yeah, it probably
is.
will be. August is generally kind of dead, anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. But yeah. So there's that, and that's been a delay. Another there's a trend I noticed this week.
Oh boy.
A lot of games this week were announced as getting physical releases. You notice that?
Yeah.
A bunch of games
People want
physical copies. Because a couple games got announced. Mega Man Legacy. Mega Man Legacy is getting a physical release. In
Oh, good.
When is it coming out? I want to see the exact date. I want to guess. I want to say January, but I'm not 100% on that. No, I was wrong. See, February 23rd, we're getting Mega Man Legacy Collection in stores for PS4, Xbox One, and 3DS. It's $29.99, and you get the full game, Robot Master cheat sheet, so I guess like a little poster thing, soundtrack,
Ooh.
and some stickers.
Oh. And then Wii U people get the amiibo?
Yeah, if you get if you buy the 3DS collector's edition set, it comes with a golden Mega Man amiibo.
Oh, whoops, my bad. 3DS.
Yeah, it's on
No, not Wii U.
So there's that. Zombie U, or Zombie as it is on PlayStation, is getting a physical release in January.
Huh?
Yeah, people demanding that.
I guess so.
Yep. And the other one, the one that we knew was coming, but now we got kind of the official release date. Life is Strange is getting a physical release.
Oh, special edition.
Special edition, yeah, on January 19th. Yeah, there's two editions. There's the regular $30 one, it's just the game, and I think there's a $4 one that comes with all five.
$30?
Yeah, $30 for the 5 episodes, and for $40 you get the limited edition set that comes with the game with all 5 episodes, a 32-page art book, and the soundtrack, and director's commentary.
Kind of wish director's commentary, I guess, was just patched in, but it's whatever. Now, this noted for Life is Strange, it's only for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
No PC or PS3 or Xbox 360, because those games are also, that game is also on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Or for physical release, just on the next gen, I guess.
I mean, it's a telling sign. I mean, we had the statistics. I hope you don't go over maybe later, but for Fallout 4's digital sales, I expected them to be a bit higher. But Fallout 4 is a big game.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's just whatever.
I don't know if you want to really download it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, because it was limited, but like the Pip-Boy edition was the reason I got it physical, because I already got my Pip-Boy edition pre-ordered. So I was already
that too. But I mean, it ran out in quantities. So
yeah.
I think it's part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of expected the digital sales of Fallout 4 to be a bit higher. I felt like 1.8 something million was kind of soft for it.
Yeah. I did jump on the digital bandwagon this weekend. I did buy Star Wars Battlefront digitally. It's my first big AAA game I bought digitally at launch.
Dang, the first one.
Yeah, like all my other big AAA games, I always get physical. This is the first time I'm like buying one digitally day one. Not waiting for it to be free on Plus, not waiting for a discount. Like, no, I bought it for somewhat full
60.
price. Yeah. Well, I had a discount code too. I had like a 20% off code to buy something in the store. But still, though, I'm still buying it, digitally day one. I did that so I can.
Well, it was at the point when it was full price.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So it's that. But yeah, that's the first time. Yeah, like I said, buying a AAA game at launch digitally. So there's that. I'm going to talk more about Star Wars Battlefront in a bit, but
yes.
But yeah,
I'm curious. Yeah, because how much have you played of it so far, though?
Oh, not much, but I can still talk about it.
Okay, good.
But yeah, it was my first AAA digital game I bought. But anyway, kind of backtracking a little bit. Yeah, Life is Strange is coming out in January. Because I have not played it.
Do you think this physical release entices you to go get it or what?
Yeah, I mean, I might since
Because like I said, I recommend you getting the game because it's a
yeah,
good game. Um, it's not the cautionary thing anymore that like I was fearing that I was going to give, but it's a good game. So you should probably just end up getting it so you can see
yeah,
where I'm coming from with everything.
yeah, because you talk about it a lot on this show, so I might as well go check it out.
Because it's a good game.
Yeah.
And people are interested in it, and I'm kind of glad that people are.
Oh yeah, all the viewer mail we get and questions and all that stuff.
It's the next. I wouldn't say Walking Dead because it's not really revolutionizing anything, but I just think in terms of just the stuff that tackles the stuff, it's just not really on. It's just not really heard of. So I guess
Yeah.
that's what people kind of drew attention to more, and just more so than like these properties that Telltale puts out. That granted they're good, but they're not really. I don't know. They're not gaining conversation that much, and we'll talk
Yeah,
about it a little
yeah,
bit soon.
yeah. About a certain one I played today. Um,
Oh man.
but yeah. So yeah, like I said, I might check it out. The physical release of that.
Hmm. That's
Um,
cool.
let's see, I got another item. What else we got? Oh, speaking of just whatever. It was announced today that Don't Starve is getting a new expansion pack.
Oh, another one.
Yes. Right now it's just coming to Steam and PC, but obviously the developer said we do have plans probably later on, to console release for more
Hmm.
platforms. But it sounds cool. It's Don't Starve Shipwrecked, and it's kind of like you on a stranded island. So it's more like building boats and stuff like that, and living on a little island.
Yeah.
That's cool because I like Don't Starve when it first came out. Played it, had some fun with it. Um, Then they did that little thing where they made it on Vita, and if you got the Vita version, it actually came with a Giants expansion, which wasn't in the original PS4 Plus version, but you still got it on Vita anyway through Crossbuy. Uh,
Oh.
yeah, it was a little workaround. You got Giants for free, at least on Vita. Um, so yeah, this is cool. Cool to see kind of what they add to it, with more to it.
I don't know. Like a lot of people played that when PS4 had like less games than it does. And I mean, like less games. So I don't know. People are still. I don't know. Do you think there's a chance that expansion might even come?
Yeah, I mean the developer said they do kind of open it to more platforms. You know,
You, well, even Wii U.
or Wii U. Oh
Yo,
yeah, that was like this past week. It was last week, I think. Minecraft got rated for Wii U, so Minecraft is finally coming to Wii U, which is like really weird when you think about it. That Minecraft isn't on Wii U.
I know when it's on like everything.
Dude, the Vita got it before Wii U.
Well, I mean, the Vita sells. Vita sells more than Wii U.
I guess, but I
Um,
mean, they're
I
like
mean,
it's
so what are you thinking? Are they gonna go what the fans want of Minecraft on Wii U with like all this stuff, or do you think it's just a straight port?
no. I mean, it's been
Yeah.
so long that you would think they would at least try to optimize it for Wii U.
Uh, I mean, the Vita was just kind of a port,
Yeah,
so I mean because you think with like I can use touch with all this stuff, right? But they didn't really integrate any of that to the Vita version.
I guess.
So what makes you think that they're gonna integrate all that fan requested like touchpad stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's
I
just
mean that I'm just throwing that out there.
yeah. I mean, it just seems
That's
weird
point
because
records.
the I don't know. It's just I mean, it seemed weird not to do it with the touchpad right there. Um,
Yeah.
Wait, it says yeah, Minecraft on Vita.
Um, See, it didn't take advantage of anything with the platform.
Yeah,
So it was
yeah.
just a straight port.
I mean, I don't see them not doing that with Wii U because I mean, with Wii U, you got the gamepad. You can
Uh,
have your inventory right there on the gamepad. I mean, you got to at least put the inventory on the gamepad. Like that's gonna look incredibly terrible on their part if they actually put that thing out on Wii U and it doesn't do that. It doesn't have your inventory on the gamepad. Like at least put that there. You know.
well, it wouldn't be surprising. It's not like anyone other than Nintendo even Nintendo themselves don't even use the gamepad.
Yeah, but I mean, this is such an obvious no-brainer, to use the
Uh,
gamepad as your inventory menu.
I'm not. I wouldn't be having my hopes up. I mean, it's great that the game's coming to Wii U. Hopefully, with maybe some multiplayer functionality. But other than that, I think it's just going to be the same game.
Well, yeah, I mean, just for the most part, I mean, I just think some functionality would be at least just gamepad. I don't know.
I hope so. I mean, it's nice that Microsoft's letting this game on Wii U, but at the same time, it's just like, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Well,
Is it even going to be a return on investment? I
well, I
don't know.
mean, we
Probably not.
won't. I mean, we won't see, but you know, the
But
internet
I
will
mean,
see.
we'll see how it is.
Yeah, the internet will see. But yeah, Wii U discussion right there. But yeah, so that's a couple news items. Like I said, I didn't have too much. But I can talk about some games that came out this week. That's always exciting to talk about.
Yeah, because you played them all. I just haven't been able to really play at all this week.
Haven't been able to. Okay.
Haven't been
Uh,
able to.
yeah. So two things I played this week, like new things I played this week. I played a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront last night,
Yeah,
and I played Game of Thrones episode 6.
you finished it up.
Yes, a while ago I finished it up. Um, so let me talk about Star Wars Battlefront a bit because I didn't play that one as much. So I kind of give some like brief impressions of it.
So you played the 2 hour episode of Telltale more than Battlefront.
Maybe equal. No, yeah, I definitely played Telltale more because I only. Well, no, it's just with Battlefront. It was just weird yesterday because I had to download it and then install it, and then like by the time I got to it, it was late. I had to go to bed, so I was like, ugh. So I played like 2 or 3 matches of Supremacy. Um, yeah. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing what we felt with the beta. You know, it's got this just gorgeous graphics. You know,
Yeah,
it looks great. Um,
beautiful, beautiful.
yeah, it looks great.
It's just and it's killing me all the time. Like I'm saying, man, that there's no campaign or like, or better yet, that maybe after this game comes out, they take that engine, just give it to another studio, and just be like, hey, make a game, like a single
Well,
player game.
Well, yeah, like we keep saying, Visceral is working on a single-player Star Wars game, and the odds are they're using that engine.
Please, just take those assets, like all those textures, like take every, like how I say with the order. Okay, just have the next one not made by Ready at Dawn, but have it made by someone else so they can actually make a game out of it.
Yeah, I mean, cause that's what I'm willing to bet is that Visceral Star Wars game's coming out next year, like fall 2016.
Oh my gosh, and it's
Because
gonna look that or even better.
yeah, because I mean,
Look,
I'm pretty sure that's what EA's plan is to put out, you know, a AAA Star Wars game out every year. Not necessarily an annualized Battlefront, but like just a AAA Star Wars game every year. You know.
yeah, because I foresee because I mean we've already gotten the test of time that Battlefront, not Battlefront, Battlefield can't be annualized.
No.
It's just a fact now. Ever since Hardline, it can't. Even though Hardline was supposed to come out last year, but got delayed. But Battlefield can't. But Star Wars as a property can. I mean, probably
Yeah.
the next Battlefront 2 on next gen. Whoa, isn't that a trip? Battlefront 2, where it'll have space battles.
Yeah.
Will probably come out. I mean, well, look at the length of time between Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. That was a year. But times
Yeah.
have changed.
Yeah, that was back when games could be put out. I mean, look,
Dude,
like we had a new Ratchet Clank every year. You know,
mm-hmm.
until that series was done. Jack Dexter was the new one every year until that series was done. You know, it was just different back then, the development, because a lot of times they didn't like reinvent the engine, you know, from game to game. It was just, all right, we're making Jack 1. Well, Jack 2 was a totally different game from Jack 1. So even though it was only like a year or so later, there was a year gap between Jack 1 and Jack 2, or was it more than 1 year? I don't remember.
I mean, I thought with Jack 2 and Jack 3 there was more than 1 year. I thought it was like
No,
maybe
no, it was like
two.
no, it was like a 1 year gap between Jack
Really,
2 and
1 year for Jack 2
I
and
remember.
Jack 3?
Yeah, I remember it was only a 1 year gap because when Jack 3 came out, I was like, oh, I didn't finish Jack 2 yet.
It's kind of amazing. Yeah, games don't really do that anymore. Well, I mean, okay, other than the annualized games,
Yeah,
but like game series like
yeah,
that.
like that.
Yeah,
Well, with
they
Jack,
don't.
well, to be fair, with Jack 2 and 3, it was probably easier because you know they're using a lot of the same assets and stuff.
I
For the
mean,
most part.
you had all the racing and the whole other world and the story and the quests, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, okay, but it had similarities.
yeah. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was 1 year because, like I said, I remember Jack 3 coming out, and I was like, oh, I didn't even finish Jack 2 yet.
I mean, Jack 2 was a long game.
Yeah, it was.
It's the best one.
And the game was hard. Like there was parts where I just get stuck at it forever, and it was
Well,
just,
I mean, that's how it always was with Jack and Daxter. I mean, there were never times in Jack and Daxter where like you didn't at least die once in a mission.
and there's
From
other
like
times where you die.
falling or
No, there's other times where you die 100 times, and you're just like, why the hell
oh yeah,
am
it was
I?
like like the stupid turret missions
Yeah,
and stuff
basically,
like that.
yeah, that's what are the hard parts in Jak 2. Where like anything in a
With
turret,
the
anything with a turret, anything with a hoverboard, anything that's like a vehicle just sucked, right?
yeah, it does. It does.
Like
Yeah, I know.
the turret missions kicked my ass. The hoverboard ones were stupid. Well, that's completely stupid, but they were annoying.
I mean, they were fine, but
And
yeah. Well, which one was it? Like the timer? Oh, and the one where you're like as Daxter and you're like doing the race. You're trying to
yeah, you're
win.
like riding a rocket and you're doing that thing, and then there's the
Stupid.
one. Then there's the one when you're in. Oh God! Then there's the one where you're like in the
The
spider
sewer.
bot.
Oh, the spider bot. Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that one's really hard because your spider bot has like no health,
No,
and you
not at
have to.
all.
There's no
You
health to that
just
spider bot.
run.
You have to go all the way across the damn city to finish the mission, and your spider bot has like no health. That mission annoyed the hell out of me.
No,
So yeah, there's the Jak 2 or whatever. It took me so long to beat that game.
I don't think there were no checkpoints either.
Yeah, it was just oh my God. Difficulty spikes, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are two President games anymore, thank God, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what Naughty Dog
But
said. They said, "Don't hold your breath for a new Jak and Dexter game."
basically, that's what they're saying. And then the guy was giving some weird examples of the microtransaction thing. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
Like one of the, I don't know. He was just basically saying that. I mean, ever since they debuted microtransactions, like with Last of Us, but technically they introduced them in Uncharted 3,
Yeah,
if
Uncharted
he
3
wants to be
had
exact, I guess. But
yeah, there's some stuff.
I don't know. He was just saying. He was just giving a weird example where he's like, "Yeah, you should be able to pay. You should pay microtransactions when there's like hard work in them and whatnot." And like he gave like a weird example of like, oh, because I guess there's a gun in The Last of Us that you can like buy that like gives introductory players like an easier time. And he
Uh-huh.
says like that's when it's okay to do microtransactions. When I'm like, okay, I agree with like part of his statement because he was also giving the example of Left Behind, even though it's not a microtransaction because that's $10. But he said that was up to Last of Us 2. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I mean it was meaty and it brought a lot of new elements, but I mean it's Last of Us 2.
Yeah.
It's not a second game. I mean, yeah, you're playing as another character, but like we already played as Ellie in the main game, so it's not like it's not nothing new.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it had a new asset where you choose what you want to say, but I mean, it's not like that's not going to be incorporated in the second game like that. But I don't know. That was just kind of a weird example he's throwing out there. Like,
Yeah, I read an article somewhere. It wasn't really no, it wasn't really an article. It was more like it was an editorial, just this one guy's opinion,
mm-hmm.
and he was comparing microtransactions to kind of like making a donation to the like developer, because it's like
in a way, because I guess some people out there, which I can totally see, whenever they see a game like out there on Plus or whatever, that they really want to buy it super bad. I guess that the game has microtransactions, but I don't know. I mean, if you're already getting to the point where you already bought the game new, I guess I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. That's what he was comparing to because it's like because he acknowledged that basically the money he's putting into is not worth what he's getting back, But he likes to
Mm.
think of it as like, well, I'm just donating to this developer and they're giving me this little bonus to say, hey, thanks.
Yeah, that too.
So that's just one way of looking at it. And
Mm-hmm.
oh, I forgot the other point I was going to say.
Then dang, Konami really wants me to give him a lot of donations for Metal Gear Solid 5.
I don't want to give it to Konami. I want to give it to Kojima, not Konami.
I mean, when I just look on the store updates, there's just like pages upon pages of Metal Gear Solid 5 crap.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
I'm like, good lord.
This is Konami's last game. They will make money off of it.
If they're even going to, if anyone's even gonna bother with these, but I guess people do.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I remember what my point was. Yeah, you're talking about PlayStation Plus because that was something that happened with
Outlast?
not Outlast. Well, yeah, I guess maybe Outlast, but the big one was
Velocity
Velocity.
2X?
Yeah, Velocity 2X. Because when that game came out, it launched free for PlayStation Plus. And a lot of people were like, "No, I want to buy this," even though they already had Plus. Like they wanted to pay money for it just to support the developer. And Sony's like, well, I don't know, like you have Plus. There's no option to buy it, even though you already have Plus. Like you have to get it for free. Like you have to get it for free. Um,
I mean,
so it was this funny thing where like it's where people wanted to pay for it. They wanted to support that developer. So that's it's just a thing. And I don't know. Well, Velocity 2X didn't have DLC for that.
It had level packs day one. So I mean,
Yeah.
I bought them.
So there was something
So
you can do to buy. I was about to say one thing they can do, but they shouldn't really do it because it'd just be weird. But like if they did do like a little donation box next to like your free game, like oh you get this for free through PlayStation Plus, but if you want to donate something to the developer, here's a little box and you can donate whatever, you know. Um,
yeah, I'm not sure how that would work.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that sounds good and like as on paper, but like if they actually implement it, it would feel weird because then like it's kind of like, well, no, I don't want to donate. I just want to get my free game, and then you kind of feel like, well, should I donate? Well, no, I shouldn't donate because they are getting paid for this, you know, and this is why I'm paying PlayStation Plus, so I don't have, so I could get this game for free, you know.
Mm.
So it would just be this really weird, awkward thing to put a donation thing on a Plus game. Um, but
It
I
would
don't know.
have to be but it would probably have to restrict it to very small indie studios
Yeah. So I don't know,
if that
like.
were the case.
I don't know. And the only other way, because I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not that these developers aren't getting paid for putting their game out free on PlayStation Plus. It's just we're never sure how much they're getting paid and whether or not it would be more or less than, you know, if people were just buying it, you know?
Yeah, not really sure.
So it's just an interesting thing. It's this with Plus, you know, how it works. And no one really does know how it works, just Sony apparently.
And how much money is everything with the game deals and whatnot? I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, I don't understand how the PSN works in general.
So yeah.
It's
But
been how many years?
how many years? It's
Nearly a decade.
that's weird. It's just
Yeah, what's PlayStation gonna do with their 10th anniversary of the network? Because it's next year.
yeah.
This time next year. I mean,
10 years of PSN.
well, even though I didn't have a PS3 at launch, I made it. I at least made an account.
Yeah. We're
So
we're going on maintenance for our 10th anniversary.
no, wait. It's what the Cast for Right Twitter account says. It's taking a well-needed vacation.
Yeah. A
But
vacation from all that maintenance.
I know we're kind of veering off the deep end a little bit, but what do you think the odds are? Because some stuff is stirring up again about Lizard Squad, what they did last year with the PlayStation and Xbox Live during Christmas. I mean, do you think there's a high chance of that happening again?
Well, I mean, it's multiple factors. I don't know if that was ever confirmed that it was just them or was it? I don't know because there was multiple.
Oh no, it was no, it was them.
It
They
was
claim
them, but
responsibility.
okay, well, it was them on top of high traffic too. You know,
Yeah. Well,
like
I mean, high
first,
traffic's a factor, but I mean, it was really a Lizard Squad that ran the DDoS attack.
yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where like you know if that's a possibility, both Microsoft and Sony needs to kind of like
Be
buckle
ready
up.
for it,
Yeah, buckle up and get ready. You know, because it's always a possibility. Uh,
because I mean, well, they on Twitter they vowed to go again.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
Christmas.
it's
I mean, even though there's not a lot of Christmas games coming out this year, but I mean, people are getting their Battlefront bundles and the Halo bundles and the Syndicate bundles and the Uncharted bundle. Well, Uncharted you don't need to play it online, but I don't know, man. This Christmas will
yeah,
be pretty bad, just like as it was last year.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of online only games coming out.
Yeah, I know.
Like I had to explain this to my brother. Like the new Need for Speed is online only. So if you didn't like that in the crew, you're not gonna like this in Need for Speed.
You
Uh,
can't even pause. You can't pause the game.
you cannot pause the game. So like Need for Speed's online only. Battlefront's on. Well, Battlefront's not online only, but 95% of that game is online.
Well, to get anything out of it, you really need to play it online.
Yeah, I mean the single player has the single player
The wave,
missions.
yeah, the missions and
There's
stuff.
missions, and those missions have a lot of trophies. There's a lot of trophies actually tied to those missions.
How's the
Like,
platinum look?
no one has it yet.
Well, okay. Well, for a multiplayer centric game, that's kind of understandable.
Yeah, but no, like really, like at least 10 trophies are tied to those single player missions.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So
not 50, but
it is a big component. Like a fifth of it is at least devoted to that mode.
that's
Uh,
good, I guess.
so it's definitely there. It's not tacked on. It's got stuff to it. So yeah, which I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried the single player I say single player missions, but you can play them in co-op.
Yeah.
The offline
Well, I
missions.
mean, they could be solo missions.
Solo missions, offline missions. How about that?
It's just, I mean, you're not saying the word campaign, so that's
Yeah.
okay. Because I mean, campaign has a different connotation to it now. It's no longer just single player missions. It's something that has a story. It has a little bit of depth in it, and has
Yeah.
cutscenes. Well, I mean, wait a minute. The single player missions in Battlefront do have cutscenes, but You know what I mean. It has a beginning, a
Yeah.
middle, and somewhat of an end. Because Call of Duty games don't really, they end weird now.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah, they always end weird now. Like,
Yeah.
we're sequel baiting,
It's cool bait. Oh
or
yeah, like a certain other game recently.
uh, The Order.
Nope.
Which one are we talking about?
I was playing Game of Thrones episode 6 today,
There you go.
and quite the ending that game had. Um,
Like, was it a good ending, or was it just? I
um,
mean, after all that waiting.
yeah. Okay, so you haven't played it yet?
No, I mean, I've lost kind of motivation too, but I mean, I'll probably get around to it when I
You
get
get
back
that.
home.
You get that platinum, man.
Well, I mean, okay,
I got that. I got that. I got that platinum today.
Yeah.
I was excited because it took me almost a year to get this platinum because my first trophy was December 2014 and my last trophy was November 2015. So it was 1 month away from a year.
Well, yeah, for all the episodes to come out.
Yeah. So it's just that long endeavor to get that platinum.
Yeah. Good lord.
But yeah, it's just one of those things where like I wish I could go into more detail with it because if you actually played it, but
I
ba-
mean, I have an idea of maybe where it
I
might.
mean, basically, it's not bad. It's just what happens is you kind of realize, oh wait, this isn't wrapping up. Like as you're playing it, you're like, no, there's no way they're wrapping up this story in one episode, and they don't.
Because I mean, that's what I was saying. Because due to the fact, it's 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's
And
6 episodes, so you think they were going to do 6 episodes to tell a whole story, but no, it doesn't. Like by the end of it, you're like, okay, yeah, there's going to be a season 2.
and it was. I mean, I didn't even see because usually the day of these episodes come out, I monitor my friends' traffic and see if they're really getting into this one. Because other than Life is Strange, a lot of my friends play this one. Even though not a lot of people talk about it, but I don't know. It's
I mean,
disappointing.
yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It wasn't a bad episode. It was just, yeah, like I said, it's just disappointing in the fact that they didn't finish the story. Like they had no intentions of doing like one story for this one season to be done. They had no intention of that. Like they knew right from the way, like, no, we're doing a second season of this.
Because what makes them so cocky that they're even going to have a season 2 of this? Because it's so strange. Because Game of Thrones is a very popular thing,
Yeah.
property, and not even a lot of people are really commotioning about it. So it's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, after you're done with this, were you like begging like right now to go get another season?
I mean, well, yeah, I want to see the rest of the story, and that's the weird. That's another weird thing too, because like I said, I don't want to go too spoiler, but that was another thing too. Is like by the end of it too, I was like, okay, I get it. They're going to do a season 2, but I don't really see how much more of the story do they have left to even fill 5 to 6 episodes. Again, based on
I
what's
mean,
left, based on what's left to accomplish in the story.
there could always be the Walking Dead offshoot option
No, it
as
has to
well.
continue from where it's
Oh,
left off. Like you're gonna have to play as some of the
I mean,
characters.
not an offshoot option. I mean, not of something different, but just like a
Yeah,
short.
new characters. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. That 3 episode thing they're doing.
Well, yeah, so something along those lines where it's just it's not a full season, but it's like maybe just half of one. Or
Yeah, they're
something like
not.
that. But it still continues the story. It's not an offshoot thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't see them doing that with this. Like it has to be a full season, unless they say screw it, we're just gonna do one more episode, episode 7, and that's gonna end it. And then like we don't do a season 2.
That's weird. I mean, the box copies just came out.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they could just patch those box copies to add episode 7 if they did do that.
Just like they're doing the Minecraft.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. If you buy the box set, I don't think it has episode 5 on. I think you have to patch in episode 5
What? Oh Lord.
because it came out the same day as episode 5.
Yeah, I know, but
Or not
I would have
5,
thought.
6. Sorry, episode 6.
Yeah,
Last
6.
episode. That's what I mean.
That's no, I don't believe that. Really?
I think so. I think that's what I said on the sign when I was at GameStop the other day. They had the sign up for Game of Thrones on physical. I think that's what it said. Episodes 1 through 5 on disc, 6 through update, something like that.
I would have thought the reason, maybe part of why it took longer, was just to print that on the discs.
I don't know.
Wait, why am I even questioning Telltale's tactics at this point? Um,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean,
strange.
yeah, it's strange. And I mean, like we saw it a few weeks ago, like Minecraft, episode 1 and 2 were like 2 weeks apart, and now where's episode 3? Like you got our hopes up, and then now it's like, well, okay, now when's episode 3 coming?
Well, there was news that it's coming
Soon?
soon.
Okay.
Yeah, well, next week it is.
Okay, so it's coming. So see, they're going fast in Minecraft. So I don't know if they're just really prioritizing Minecraft or hopefully
Because
like
I
with
think Minecraft is largely more successful than probably any Telltale game. I mean, I'm not saying critically, but just in terms of numbers, people playing it.
yeah. So yeah, so it's one of those things where like we don't know if, like I said, Minecraft might just be prioritized where that's why they're getting it out so fast, or maybe this is just showing that Telltale is taking this criticism to heart and are kind of like speeding up the production a bit, you know.
I would hope so.
Because yeah, the wait was long for Game of Thrones, and now we're going to wait longer for season 2 to get more of the
Well, I
story.
mean, basically their statement from last year was a lie. Basically, that statement was a lie.
Yeah.
They said they were never going to do that again, and that was a complete lie.
What, season 2? Or
Well, for the way they were going to distribute episodes now, they said no more 3-month gaps.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That is such a lie. I can't believe they lied about that. But who am I to say?
Yeah, it's just weird. And but like I said, back to the Game of Thrones and stuff. Like I said, the episode I thought was good. There's some really great moments in it, a lot of emotion, a lot of like really action moments. Um, I Roderick is just so awesome. He's my favorite character in the game.
Well, I mean, he's in the show too, right?
No, he's not in the show. None of these
Oh.
characters in the show. Like none of the characters you play as are in the show.
Oh well, yeah, that I know, but like some of that you interact with are.
Yeah, some of the characters you interact are in the show. Some of
See,
them.
because oddly enough, I don't watch the show,
Yeah, but
but I
the
play the
game.
game.
Like I played a game, and that's the thing. I'm about to refocus their characters for season 2 because that's the thing. Once I was finished with season 1, I started thinking back, like, okay, which of these characters did I actually care about? I care about Roderick. He was awesome, like his whole story and everything.
Yeah, he had an arc.
Yeah, he had a real arc. It was awesome. I liked Asher. Tuttle was okay, even though his plot kind of just fumbled in and out of importance.
Oh yeah,
I hate what's her name,
Meredith.
Meredith. Yeah, I hated her because I not so much her, but like I just hated that like everything I clicked was wrong.
Oh yeah.
Like every single thing I said was wrong. So I gave up on her story. Like I gave up on her as a character because of like I'm sorry, I screwed up your story because everything I click is wrong. So
It is.
so I gave up on her and but yeah, like I said, I do want to see more because like I said, I just loved Roderick's story so much and his character. I want to see more of that. And that whole storyline was great. With anything focused with Roderick and his like struggle.
Oh yeah.
Struggle for
I
the
know.
homestead was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really interesting.
Loved all that. So I do want to see more of that. Kind of focus it a bit more. I think that's what kind of hurt this season is that it was maybe a little unfocused because
a lot was going on.
A lot was going on. A lot of characters, and it's like the ones you care about weren't the ones that you played as all the time. So
yeah, isn't that right? Yeah, like the ones weren't getting the spotlight because actually, when you kind of think about it, probably the amount of time that you were playing as each character was maybe just the length of like one Telltale episode, a normal Telltale episode. When you think about it,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you combine everything and kind of made it chronological, like this episode will focus on this dude. This episode will focus on this dude.
Yeah.
Instead of having it in chops and pieces.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's something for season 2 they're gonna have to work on. Another thing too, I'm interested for season 2 is that season 2 is gonna be the first one where they're gonna have to really, look at what you did in season 1, and it really has to affect season 2.
Not the same deal I feel about Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. Because I know we kind of going back and forth about this for Walking Dead season 3, but like Walking Dead season 2 kind of ended to where like.
Oh boy, we're gonna bring this thing up again.
Well, like Walking Dead season 2, I felt ended to where like that's it. Like so when they do make season 3, it could be new characters.
We'll see. Well, I mean, I don't know. That'll be the day when I get to know if it's complete. I mean, of course it's gonna be new characters, but I'm just saying the Clementine factor.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be separate from that.
We'll see. I mean, I know there's that little separate thing. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what you're thinking right there. That's what it's for. That little separate thing, and then season 3 is going to continue Clementine's story.
No, I mean,
that's what I think.
Like I said, the endings were too different. I think to where it's kind of like.
Well, I mean, we said that about other games like Infamous and whatnot.
Yeah, but that was different.
Mass Effect.
Infamous basically said, "Oh, hey, most of you guys did this, so we're gonna go with this." and Mass Effect was a little different. They can kind of work around some things, but
Work
but like,
around some
but like
things.
Walking Dead was straight up. This guy may or may not be dead, or she may be here or over there. Like that's totally different endings, for what would season 3 would start off from.
That'd be quite ambitious for a Telltale game to have like a trilogy of like kind of having that kind of stuff. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, same thing with Game of Thrones. Like certain characters can die and certain characters can't. So that is a big factor going into season 2. And with season 2, they have to connect it to season 1, like the characters, because the story's not done yet. With Walking Dead, I felt okay. That story's done. Like we don't need more of it. We don't need more Clementine's story.
But I don't know. I mean, Clementine was a pretty integral part of Walking Dead.
Yeah, but she's not Walking Dead.
She's not like some of the other characters in Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean she's
Like
not
the
the poster child of Walking Dead.
poster
Telltale.
child. Get it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get it?
She literally is. She's on the front cover of both games. But I mean, like, I do think they could, like, it's more
I
than
don't know.
it's more than
It's like
name.
the Uncharted thing without Drake and
It,
all that.
but Walking Dead's a universe. It's not a character. Like Uncharted's a character. It's about Drake, and there. I mean, yeah, like I always say, yeah, they could do a sequel without Drake once his story's done in Uncharted 4. But
Just not with Cutter and Chloe.
yeah, but like. Yeah, but like with Walking Dead, it's more of a name brand and a whole universe. Like there's so much opportunity for more characters, and we saw 400 Days was a bunch of new characters. Now that little mini series they're doing is Michonne. That's a character from the comics and the TV show you can play as.
No.
So they really are expanding. Like what can we do in this universe so it's not all about Clementine. So I mean
that's compelling arguments. I'm just not, I don't know where the story. I just don't know.
yeah, that's what they said. They're not going to talk about season 3 until after the Michonne thing is done.
Yeah.
Once that's
Well,
done, then they're going to start talking about season 3 and where.
when is it coming out, anyways?
They said episode 1 should be soon, whatever soon is by Telltale standards.
Uh, June of next year. No, but that's actually serious.
I mean, it could be December. Like they love starting series in December. That's like Telltale's thing. They started Game of Thrones in December. They started Walking Dead season 2 in December.
I mean, we would have got some sort of announcement of it by then.
Yeah, but you know how Telltale is. They'll announce something, be like, "Oh, it's next week."
Oh.
So we could
be
see
like
it.
Christmas time.
Yeah, so we could see it sometime in December, episode 1 of the Michonne miniseries.
The people got the Star Wars fever. I mean, do I want to have Walking Dead fever?
You have Walking Dead fever. You're turning into a walker.
I mean, if anyone's going to give a damn about anything but Star Wars.
Yeah. So if you, another little reminder out to people out there, if you are interested in this Michonne DLC, remember it is DLC. So go redeem your Walking Dead season 2 on PlayStation Plus right now if you haven't done so.
It's a very good reminder.
And that actually is a good indicator that it may be coming out in December because giving season 2 for free in November, so everybody can get a chance to get it, so they can download episode 1 in December.
Oh, reading into it.
Yeah, see how that
in a good way, not like oh, that's a weird conspiracy.
Yeah, some conspiracy. No, that's logical.
Bring out the tinfoil hat.
Nope, that's logical. It makes sense.
Yeah, I know. It's not like science or anything.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, I hate that movie.
But yeah, so there you go. So yeah, so you have not redeemed it. Go redeem it so that way you have it to for when it comes out on PS4. Because if you're like me, you played season 2 on PS3 and didn't get it on PS4, and and you need it for Michonne miniseries. So
yes, you do. Which is strange.
Yes, go do that. So yeah, there's our little rant on Game of Thrones and Telltale in general and whatever.
Well, I mean, because of the fact that they didn't deliver.
Yeah.
I don't think they did with this. Even if I haven't played it yet, I mean, I'm not feeling it. I kind of like them at least going in with the lowered expectations, like it did.
Yeah,
Life is Strange, but.
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, I still think it was a good episode. I was just disappointed in how it ended and how it's kind of like more setting up for another season.
Yeah, but that sucks. I mean, I liked Wolf Among Us because that was a bit more unique and kind of crazy and out of left field, right? But like with this, it's just.
Yeah.
I kind of figured it was going to kind of fall on its face a little bit because it had a lot going for it.
Yeah.
But, to Do we want to answer a couple questions about Fallout?
Yes, so we can switch to viewer mail.
So this one comes from Ryan. He asked, have any quests in Fallout 4 stood out to you?
Let me see.
Like the ones in 3, I guess, whichever ones were memorable.
Yeah. There's one I like where it's not, it's kind of like a what do they call it, a miscellaneous objective, where it's like, oh, go investigate this this like witch museum, and I'm like,
Huh.
okay, so I'm gonna go investigate it, and there's something pretty scary in that in that museum. So
Pretty scary.
yeah, I
You're like
don't.
saying like with the thing with like Arkham Knight, the thing that scared you.
Uh,
You're like, oh,
Scary. Oh, that Arkham Knight thing did scare me though.
oh, I mean, it scared me too.
But yeah,
Yeah, that was scary.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil what it is, but there's something kind of scary in that witch museum.
It's definitely unexpected.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I've been wondering and exploring a Fallout 4. I haven't really done too many quests, so like, I don't know. I don't have anything that sticks on the top of my mind like the ones in 3 yet.
Yeah.
I hope there's quests like that in 4, like where they were like super memorable and stuff that was just so crazy. And I don't know if you're like my friend bought the strategy guide. I'm just looking through all the quests. Like, dang, like the quest section takes up like so much of section of the book.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah. One thing I noticed though while playing Fallout is like it kind of does like Skyrim, where it kind of randomly generates some missions where you're not really doing anything new. You're just kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like what's his name? The guy who's in charge of the Minutemen is like Peyton or something.
I think so.
Yeah. So like you talk to him and he gives you some quests, and after you do a couple of them, it's basically just repeating because it was like, oh, go check on this farm, and you go to that farm, and they'll say, oh, go kill these mutants. So it's like you did this already. You've been to that farm already. So basically, once you found all the settlements, it's just basically just going to be every time you talk to them, he's just going to say, "Oh, go check on them." Like, go check on them, and then they'll tell you go kill these mutants or these raiders or whatever. So it is kind of repeating a bit. So it's not new. It's like a new quest. It's just like check-ins. So I mean, it's always give you something to do. I'm just letting you know that. Don't think you're doing something new. Like, no, you're just caught in a loop now. You just keep doing those Minutemen missions over and over.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, there's a heads up.
And you all did that without spoiling it, really, which is kind of good.
Yes.
Which is quite an accomplishment.
Try not to spoil things.
Now, I hope this one just turned into a large discussion. But this one comes from Rick Chatham.
Uh-huh.
He asked thoughts on the low Metacritic score on Fallout 4 on all platforms.
Is it like the real Metacritic score or the user score?
Oh, that's a good point. I mean,
because
he
if
says
it's
low, so I think he's saying the user.
Okay, because if it's
low, I don't think it's the critic score.
If it's the user score, you just throw that thing out the window. Because if you haven't figured it out by now, Metacritic, there's only 2 scores on users, 10 and 0.
10 and 0.
That's the only 2 scores user critics use on Metacritic. Because it's always either people who are like totally love the game and they're like, because the only people that are going to like take the time to really go out and rate it are the people who really like it and like, yes, I really love this game, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. Or the people who really hate it, like, no, screw this game needs a 0.
Or 1 out of 10.
Yeah, like that's the only 2 people that's the only 2 people that are going to really take their time and go put a score on Metacritic. If they really love it or really hate it. So that's why you're only going to see like mostly 0s and 10s.
There's never going to be anything neutral or in the middle.
Yeah, like it's not too often there's going to be like a real guy who's going to take his time and like, yeah, I'm going to give this a legit review on Metacritic. It's always 10 or 0s on Metacritic. And like I said, it's just extreme in both ways. People who are just like, like, oh no, they don't like this. Like, oh no, it's too much like Fallout 3, or oh no, I don't like that they don't have this in the game, and oh no, that ruins it. I give it a 0. No one should play this. And then of course the flip side, it's like, no, this game's perfect. It's amazing. Go get it, buy it. Oh, put a 10 out of 10. And it's just extremes both ways, and it's going to obviously skew the score because of all these extremes. On both sides of it.
And no, I can't speak for every single supposed written review in these on these sites, but maybe people do bring up some decent points, which I'm not going to list here because I can't authoritatively say those. But I mean, there might be some points where Fallout 4 may be lacking, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. These people just they overdo everything. Like, if they love it so much, they give it a 10, and then they hate it so much, they just give it a really low score. Or if there's like one thing that really put them off, like it could be dialogue or the graphics, it's an instant 3.
Yeah, I mean, like I said this like last week. I mean, it's just the logic of the internet. Something can't apparently be popular and good at the same time. You know, it. I mean, that's just how it works. Like, if something is popular, it becomes an easy target. You know, like people just want to burst people's bubbles. Like, oh, you love Fallout 4? No, you shouldn't because
There's this thing.
there's no gun damage. You know, your guns don't break down. Or oh no, it's like Fallout 3 and the graphics and you know, it's just like, you know, no, like why you gotta be negative like that? It's a good game, like, and people developed this and put years into it, you know, and it's just crazy, you know, to see, like, it's just so easy for these user reviewers to basically go, no, this game is crap, and you're basically telling these developers that they wasted like 4 years, you know,
Yeah,
making this,
basically.
you know. And I mean, I know sometimes, you know, just because a lot of work goes into something doesn't necessarily make it good. I know that, but it is still harder, you know, to kind of, you know, talk bad about something when you know so much work went into it, you know. Like, it's easy to say movie games suck because we know the development time is really small in those, you know. Like, they know it was rushed and whatever, it's whatever. But it's not like Fallout, which took years to make. And to some people, that is a higher standard. Like, no, it took 4 years. It should be better than this, you know. And some people look at that as a high standard, but I'm like, no, it took 4 years. They put a lot of time into developing this, and you know, and you're just saying it's crap because there's one thing you don't like, or this thing or that thing, you know. And Bethesda's already said that they are open to adding features to the game through updates, you know?
Yeah.
So, and the game could change and evolve,
Over time.
you know? It it kind of, it's like, it reminds me, it's like this great scene in Birdman. Um like, there's that scene where Michael Keaton is just like putting down that critic in the bar. Like, I love that scene because it just works. It just really, you know, reflective of today, how people are just so negative and critical towards everything, you know, not just games, but movies, music, just everything, you know. And, you know, these people, they just sit here and write these reviews, but they don't really think about the person they're writing about, you know, and the people that put the work into making this product, you know.
Yeah.
And that scene just sums up all that, you know, just so perfectly.
And then on top of that, I also love whenever we're thinking of what we think of things, knowing other people's perspectives of what they think too. Ones that are actually legit, mind you, not these Metacritic ones for the most part. I'm sure maybe a Metacritic review or two in there maybe brings up decent points. But I like, especially with movies, if I'm able to see one early from an advanced screening, like I like seeing it with the audience too, because it gives me a little perspective more than if I just watched it in an empty room by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I give like some crappy movies slack because I see them with like the intended audience that I think it goes for, so I'm a little lighter on it. So that helps a whole lot. But with Fallout, even though I think that's just a very small minority of people that might be hating on the game, I think generally overall, even if Fallout 4 does have its fair share of problems, I think people just like love Fallout 4 so much because they're putting the time into it a lot, and I think it's a generally well received game. Now, is it the best Fallout? I don't know. I haven't really played it that much to even know, but I mean, people really enjoy it,
Yeah,
and
I
people
enjoy
can't
it.
be people can't be the party poopers. Kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So it's just kind of frustrating on that front. So,
Yeah.
so hopefully, maybe when we have future games that come out that are just gonna also take a long time to develop and stuff, and
That's why we always say Last Guardian is so doomed.
oh,
Oh my god, this has been development for way too long, and it's just gonna be, you know, can it kind of match that time and effort and whatever?
and I don't know, and like God, imagine once we get like hype train rolling of GTA 6. I mean, GTA 5, excluding the online, was generally pretty well received, at least on the single player front, at least when it came out. I don't think there was anybody really complaining about the game at the time when it came out. Multiplayer, of course, got the brunt of it, right? Because, it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So it had an excuse,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I mean, but someone actually had mentioned to me the other day. I think someone sent me like a NeoGAF thread that GTA viewership and online traffic has gone down significantly, like since this past year. Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, Black Ops 3 just recently came out, and a bunch of other online games, and Destiny's kind of reigning right now, at
Mm-hmm.
least as a console game. So, from what I've heard, GTA traffic has gone down like pretty bad, and also YouTubers that specifically play GTA, they have not been finding the views on their videos anymore. So, I mean, and then he was just asking me like, "Hey, do you think that really lends itself to single player DLC anytime soon?" And I'm just like, uh, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we know it's happening, right? Like GTA single player DLC.
I mean, gosh, I mean, the voice actors are very coy about it, and even 2K is as well. I mean, next earnings call, if they don't say anything, then I mean, I'm already losing hope on it. I mean, I would love it
Well,
so much. Everyone else would love it so much. It would really like bring some life into the game now because now the game is dying. The game is dying.
yeah.
I'm sure
Uh,
people are playing it, but like it's significantly lower than it was before.
yeah. I mean, well, 2K did some type of statement last week saying about like how like they're going to
Mm.
continue supporting physical launch, physical media or
Well,
whatever.
yes, yeah, uh huh,
Because they said that's still a big seller or whatever.
mm.
So it kind of makes you wonder. Well,
Yeah.
maybe they're working on this DLC and maybe a physical release, probably.
Where maybe it could be a complete edition in some way, where it comes with the main game and that DLC.
Yeah. So
Or
maybe.
just one that I don't know. It'd be weird. I mean, just have it a complete edition where it just comes with a. It'd be weird. It's like a Destiny Taken King example, but like just do that thing. I guess I can't believe I'm saying that, but just do that. If that were the case, just pack in the original game and just bring in the DLC.
Yeah.
So um, I don't know. I mean, that was just kind of a noted thing of topic because GTA traffic has gone down, and I mean, there's nothing really to blame. I mean, other games have been coming out. Gaming is such a
Yeah.
thing now where it's like, oh, the next new thing. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, Black Ops 3 and then Fallout 4 is a new thing, and now Battlefront's a new thing, and
Yeah.
ugh,
The new
there's a lot to
thing,
keep up with.
man.
And GTA is more than 2 years old,
Yeah.
which I mean, when you think about it, that's pretty good. Especially with the games nowadays, it's not like teetering off. I mean, other games of that caliber even would have veered off pretty quickly. I mean, and even single player games like Witcher 3, which is still gaining attention because it's such a long game.
Yeah.
People still talk about it.
Yeah. That one still
And it's not
has.
an online game, which is different, but yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
still has expansions coming out.
Yeah. It has one more big expansion coming out, and and they're teasing like it's gonna be big, like that next expansion. Like they said that everybody said the last one was pretty good and it was kind of big, but they're teasing like this one's gonna be like a
Oh,
massive
that's the big
expansion.
one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big one. This next one.
Okay, then that's exciting, but we'll see. I'm very curious if once the next earnings call or something like that for 2K comes, but I don't know. I want a formal announcement of this GTA 5 DLC, hypothetical DLC, not just something from an earnings call. Like, hey guys, we're actually going to make
Well,
DLC for once.
well, yeah, maybe it'll be like PSX.
Because I mean, PlayStation's been kind of the show floor for GTA now, so
Yeah, just
I would love that because I
uh,
love to see
just come out,
unexpected stuff.
just Rockstar come out on stage like, yeah, here's Grand Theft Auto 5, something something, the DLC, and it's coming first on PlayStation. That whole thing.
Because I mean, maybe that could be the exchange of like owing a game to Sony.
Yeah,
And, like, how about an exclusivity deal? I mean, okay, not to be PlayStation bias here or anything, but just to have an exclusivity deal of like I don't know 6 months or something like that for PlayStation. That would really drive
yeah. Well, well,
people
we
over.
well we just bring that up because it's kind of like we've seen that with Call of Duty now, where like Call of Duty, the deal is now on PlayStation, where PlayStation's getting the map packs early now.
Yeah,
And
I
this
know.
could be a reverse of what happened on Xbox, where Xbox got the whole DLC for Grand Theft Auto 4 a year before PlayStation. You know,
hmm
so we could just see maybe a reverse of that.
So I'm just saying, maybe because a contract deal with Rockstar and Sony could end, because I mean, Rockstar still owes Sony a exclusive game.
Yeah,
But maybe instead of the exclusive game, they can make an exclusive, have a timed exclusive add-on to one of their best-selling games. I mean, the best-selling game of theirs. That'd be pretty big
yeah,
because people would buy that single-player expansion,
yep,
big time.
yep.
Uh,
Yeah, all that
but
goes.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, craziness on that front too.
Mm-hmm.
So, trying to think of what else. I guess that's about it.
Well, wait. Do we have another viewer mail question? Then we have 3, or just 2?
Yeah, we have 3, but it's on a stupid, another dumb journalism blunder. Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
Another bad one with the it, from the one that originated from Forbes of the PS4 is being used to coordinate terrorist
No,
attacks.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, I know.
No, no, no.
Pretty bad.
We're gonna throw that one out. Sorry.
Sorry, Colin.
Colin? Which Colin?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't want me to say his last name.
Okay. Is it
He
Colin?
wanted to keep that.
Oh, he's writing from the farm.
I mean, he's a pig. I mean, he's smart, and I'm sure he's reading up on the news and everything. So leave him alone.
Straight from the farm.
And plus, he really wanted something answered. I forgot what the question was. Yeah, he just says, "What do you think of the false reports?" Because that ended up being false.
Oh, it's false reports. Okay.
Well, I mean, it was a false report. I mean, it's from Forbes, first of all, and I don't really like calling out people, but I mean, Forbes is a pretty terrible source. Just kind of being, I mean, I don't really read their stuff that often because I don't think they're a very good news outlet. I mean, I read MSNBC and other stuff like that in terms of their whatever they cover because I don't think Forbes is that great at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's okay.
Just don't read Forbes because they're not a good journalist website. Just kind of throwing that out there.
Okay. Well, anyway, with that though, I guess we can wrap this up because we've gone over some good stuff. We're at the 1 hour mark. We're not way over the 1 hour mark like last week. Yeah, we had a big episode last.
I think we have our buddy. I think we have. Yeah, I know, and I think we have our buddy to blame for that.
We're not going to blame him. We're going to thank him for that. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll think of.
I
think for him it would have been much more needed this week, but I mean we found stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff this week. We did good. we did good. So, if we were just patting ourselves on the back here.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, with that, this has been the PSBS, the PlayStation Blizzard Podcast, episode 39. I'm your host, Coach TPS and Body Boys. My co-host here is
Andrew Arenas, Double Liz. Everybody have a good week. Stay safe.
Yes.
Eat good food. Stay healthy.
Yep.
Play Star Wars Battlefront. Enjoy Star Wars hype till Star Wars comes out.
Yep.
And peace and sayonara.
Yep. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Click.